Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Small Business Management at Ozarka College. Today what I thought I'd do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the Chapter 9 activities that I finished grading the middle of last week, and also give you a little bit of feedback on the midterm exam, which closed late last week. And then I'm going to remind you again about the semester project. I'm going to tell you about midterm grades, which I'll be posting this week. And then I will talk to you a little bit about the next set of activities that we have coming up due for chapters 10 and 11. All right. So the first thing is, like I said, I did finish grading the chapter 9 activities the middle of last week. And most of you did well on those activities. And like I always tell you, I really appreciate the time and effort that you're putting into completing the activities. So keep up the good work on that. If I did have to count any points off, I tried to be as specific as possible as why I had to count points off. So just read through those grading comments. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have on that. All right. The midterm exam closed late last week. I believe it was Friday of last week. Most of you did well on the midterm exam. I really appreciate the time and effort that most of you are putting in to learning the concepts for this class. And so keep up the good work on that as well. I have opened up the midterm exam for review purposes so that you can use that review of the midterm exam to study the concepts for the final exam. You can use that midterm exam review and your chapter test reviews to study for the final. All right. So just let me know if you have any questions about the midterm exam. And then I also want to remind you about the semester project. Even though it's still a few weeks before it's due, you should be you should be pretty far along on that semester project. You should have quite a bit of it completed by now. If you haven't, then I would encourage you to definitely work the next couple of weeks and really catch up with the rest of the class on the semester project. You should have a good amount of that project done. Of course, part of the project has been completed as you've been completing the assignments. So you should have at least some of it completed. But again, you really should be getting to the point where you're almost done with that project and you're just kind of going back and looking at what you need to modify or change or add to the project to make it better. Now, just as a reminder, if you want to email me your project like a week or so before, up to about a week before the due date for the semester project, and have me look it over and give you some pointers before you actually turn it in for a grade, I'll be glad to do that. But you'll need to get it to me at least a week before the due date so that I have time to read over it and get it back to you with you having enough time to make those changes if you need to. Okay? So kind of keep that in mind. All right. Midterm grades are due by the end of this week. For this particular class, since we've already had our midterm exam, I will go ahead and enter midterm grades probably tomorrow. So be looking for that. Your midterm grade shouldn't be any big surprise to you. It'll just be whatever letter grade equates with your percentage grade that you have in this class at this time. So just kind of keep that in mind. But when you do look at your midterm grade tomorrow or later this week, just let me know if you have questions, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you have about it. All right, that brings us to our next set of chapter activities. So if we go to the activities page in my Ozarka, right now we are on week 9 of the semester, and since we had quite a bit of work due last week, I purposely didn't make any work due this week, but there is work due the first day of next week. So our chapters 10 and 11 activities are due by Sunday, March 17th, which is the day before spring break starts. So normally the way I do it is some classes I'm able to set the activities to just a little bit after spring break, but for this particular class, the way it worked out is I'm making the next set of activities due the day before spring break begins. So that'll be Sunday, March 17th. So you've got about a week to be working on those activities, okay? And hopefully you've already gotten started on them. If you haven't, I would definitely get started on those this week so that you get those completed. And especially if you want your weekend free, then obviously you'll need to do those before the weekend starts so that you can, have your weekend free if you want. All right. Chapters 10 and 11, again, the assignment, test, and discussion are all due by Sunday, March 17th. Now, Chapter 10 covers global marketing. So in Chapter 10, you're going to learn about the advantages of entering global markets, the strategy options for entering global markets, the challenges of global marketing, and then finally, the resources available to support global ventures. All right? So a lot of small businesses today don't just rely on sales in the United States. A lot of them do sell globally to other countries, and so it's important to understand the global aspects of marketing as well. All right? That's what you're going to learn about in Chapter 10. And then Chapter 11 covers smart selling and effective customer service. So in Chapter 11, you're going to learn about things like the principles of selling, the steps in the selling process, the importance of customer service, and then finally how to implement an effective customer relationship management system. All right? So a lot of businesses today use software and databases and so forth to set up their customer relationship management system. So you're going to learn about some of the technology behind that type of system. All right? And its effectiveness in marketing to your customers. All right? So that's chapters 10 and 11. So again, be working on those. Don't wait until, Sunday to get started on those, because as we all know, we have things that we like to do on the weekends, and you may forget to do that set of assignments if you wait until Sunday. So I would, again, go ahead and be working on it now, early this week, so that you can give yourself plenty of time to get that submitted by the due date. Okay? And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy this week. Enjoy spring break next week. And I will talk to you sometime after spring break. Thank you.